It was cold that morning, too cold for anyone to be out, especially barefoot. Yet there she was, a little girl no older than 7, standing outside a run-down pharmacy in a threadbare pink hoodie 2 sizes too small, clutching a stuffed bunny in one hand and a worn-out prescription note in the other. Her cheeks were stained with dried tears, and her breath came out in trembling clouds. Inside, the pharmacist, a tired-looking man with greying hair, watched her from behind the counter. He'd seen her before. Not her exactly, but this kind. The quiet desperation, the way kids in old shoes stood outside, hoping kindness would walk past them in a suit. But no one ever did. Cars sped by, some slowed. No one stopped. The little girl stepped forward, cautiously opening the door to the pharmacy, a tiny bell jingling weakly above her head. The warmth hit her face, but she didn't step all the way inside. She just stood at the entrance. "Can I help you?" the pharmacist asked, glancing over. She looked down, then up again, eyes big, uncertain. "My grandma. She's sick. Real bad. I need this." She held up the crumpled prescription, her fingers shaking. "She can't breathe right. The doctor said this'll help." The man frowned. "And where's your guardian? Your mother?" She's gone. It's just me and Nana now." He sighed. "It's not cheap, sweetheart. Do you have money?" Slowly, she reached into her hoodie pocket and pulled out the only thing she had. A small, well-loved, stuffed bunny, with one button eye missing. A little ribbon was tied around its neck, and clipped to the ribbon was a faded name tag. She placed it gently on the counter like it was gold. "I can trade this. He's clean. I take care of him. He's my best friend, but Nana needs the medicine more." The man blinked, taken aback. He looked at the bunny, then at her. "I'm sorry," he said softly, "but I can't take toys." Just then, the door swung open with force behind her. A man walked in, tall, sharply dressed, sunglasses hiding his eyes, and a Bluetooth in his ear. The kind of man who didn't belong in this part of town. He nearly bumped into the girl, but paused when he saw her. "What's going on here?" he asked, lowering his shades. The pharmacist explained, but the man didn't listen. His eyes were glued to the bunny, more specifically to the name tag hanging from its neck. He reached forward, picking it up slowly, as if touching something holy. "No," he whispered. His voice cracked. The little girl looked confused. "Sir, please don't take him if you're not going to trade." But the man didn't answer. His hand shook as he held the bunny tighter, because the name on the tag wasn't the girl's. It was his daughter's, and she had been missing for 6 years. The little girl stared up at the man, confused by the way his hands trembled. His sharp, businesslike facade had vanished. His lips quivered. His knees seemed to falter under him. He crouched down to her level, still clutching the bunny, still locked onto that old faded tag as if it were a ghost whispering from the past. Where did you get this?" he finally asked, voice barely audible. She hesitated. "He's always been mine. Nana gave him to me when I was real little. She said he used to belong to someone very special." His heart pounded so loud it drowned out the sounds of the city outside. The name stitched on the tag, Ilara Grace Donovan, wasn't just familiar. It was unforgettable. That was his daughter's full name, sewn by his wife for the Christmas before she vanished. He lowered his sunglasses completely, revealing eyes filled with something the little girl couldn't name. Grief, hope, terror, maybe all three. Do you live nearby?" he asked. She nodded, stepping back like a frightened kitten. "Not really. just a few blocks, behind the old bakery in a trailer. Nana's in bed. She's real sick. He stood, turning to the pharmacist. Give her whatever she needs. I'll pay for it. The man behind the counter hesitated, glancing between the two, then nodded. As the medicine was prepared, the billionaire crouched again. Sweetheart, what's your name? She paused, unsure why he cared so much. Lena? His breath hitched. Ilara used to call her imaginary friend Lena. Said it was the name she'd give her baby sister someday. The man was unravelling. Memories he'd buried under business meetings, charity galas, and cold, lonely nights were crashing through him like waves. Ilara had vanished from their backyard when she was only 6. No signs, no ransom, no trace. Just gone. He tried to gather himself, but the girl's voice pulled him back. Why are you crying, mister? He wiped his eyes and smiled through it. Because you remind me of someone I loved very, very much. The pharmacist returned with the medicine. The girl's face lit up, hugging it tightly to her chest. Thank you. You're really kind. Nobody ever helps us. As she turned to leave, he followed her outside. Can I walk you home? He asked. Lena hesitated, unsure, but then nodded. Okay, but Nana doesn't like strangers. They walked in silence through cracked sidewalks and graffiti-covered alleys. He carried her bunny, staring at it with every step like it might vanish again. When they reached the rusting trailer behind the bakery, he saw it. The barely standing door, the broken window patched with cardboard, and the soft hum of an oxygen machine inside. She knocked gently before stepping in. Nana, I got the medicine. From the shadows, an elderly woman emerged, frail, pale, and with eyes too familiar. When those eyes met his, the billionaire dropped the stuffed bunny and staggered back. Because the woman was not just some old caretaker. She was his wife, the wife who had disappeared with their daughter 6 years ago. The same wife who had been presumed dead. And suddenly, nothing made sense anymore. She froze in the doorway, her thin fingers gripping the edge of the trailer as though it was the only thing holding her to this world. He staggered forward, staring at her, no, into her, searching her face for some kind of answer, some kind of explanation. Her hair was thinner, her body more fragile. But her eyes, those eyes were exactly as he remembered. Green like the ocean, stormy when she was angry, soft like summer grass when she smiled. Anna, he whispered, the name tumbling from his lips like a long-lost prayer. She gasped, covering her mouth. Her knees buckled slightly, and Lena rushed to her side, confused but instinctively protective. Nana, the little girl asked. What's wrong? The woman, Anna, touched the child's face, her voice trembling. Nothing, baby. Nothing. It's just someone I never thought I'd see again. The billionaire stepped forward. How? How are you alive? Where have you been? Anna looked away, eyes glassing over with tears as old as her silence. That day, the day Ilara vanished, we were walking through the park. She was running ahead, and I turned for a second, just 1 second. And then I saw a man grab her. I chased him, ran for my life. But he hit me, left me unconscious in the alley. When I woke up, I was in a clinic across the state line. I tried to go home, but something was wrong. My face, my mind. I couldn't remember my name or where I lived. They said it was trauma, amnesia. I spent months in recovery, and by the time fragments of memory came back, I found Ilara. The room was spinning. You found her, he breathed. She nodded, tears falling freely. She was in foster care. They changed her name to Lena. They told me she'd been abandoned. I fought for her, but I had no money, no proof, so I took her and ran. We've been hiding ever since. I didn't know if you were looking, if you'd moved on, if you'd even believe me." He fell to his knees beside Lena, who stood between them like a bridge connecting two broken shores. "She's our daughter." His voice cracked under the weight of the moment. Anna nodded slowly. "Yes." Lena blinked, looking between them, her small voice cutting through the silence. "You're my dad?" He reached out gently. "I am, sweetheart. I didn't know. I never stopped looking for you." She stepped forward, unsure, then placed her hand in his. "Does this mean we can be a family again?" she asked. He didn't answer with words, just pulled her into his arms, holding her like he never wanted to let go again. Anna joined them, and for the first time in years their hearts began to mend. Not perfectly, but honestly. A billionaire had walked into a pharmacy to buy cough medicine, but he left with something no amount of money could ever buy. His daughter, his wife, his life, returned by a little girl who traded her last toy for love, and unknowingly gave her father back everything he had lost.